welcome back to Football Manager once again, and we have finally made it to the first day of the new season. Now, technically, Aldershot have already played, so they're already top after beating Bromley 1-0. But we've got Aldershot today, a team who last season finished very poorly, I must admit, for a team that, at least in terms of my recollection, were a league side. They were never non-league, because my recollection of football started around about here-ish, and I stopped caring about a lot of the football around about here-ish. I only seem to care about certain teams after this point. But yeah, my recollection of Aldershot has always been as them as a League 2 side, but clearly not. But we're going to go ahead today in this game. There are obviously a few debuts today, of course, being Agbontahoma, Kirk, Oyegoke, Carrington, Robson, O'Neill, Hillier, lots and lots of debuts. Carrington is not currently not match fitness, full conditioned, but we have got a backup on the bench in terms of Allen, so that's all fine. Will Hufford's on the bench because we haven't got a backup striker at the moment, because our backup left wing is also our striker, our main striker, and he's been forced onto the left wing because injuries to Guevara, and he's going to be out for another 4 weeks, so it's going to be a regular occurrence. And Willem Tomlinson is actually out for 6 months. I forgot to mention this in the last video because I completely forgot about it, but he was injured in the game against QPR under-23s in the pre-season and had a broken lower leg. So he's not going to be back until, at the earliest, December, at the latest, February. And that is a big, big blow, because he is our best centre midfielder by far. Got good potential, only 23. He is easily one of the better players in the side, and that is a big blow to the side, of course. Elkin Baggett is not playing today because reasons. Yeah, I couldn't fit him into the side mainly. Actually, to be fair, give him the fairness, I'll put him on the bench in place of Mayer, so you can play as a centre back. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I can't do that because Neil Mayer's our backup right back, and we've already got a centre back on the bench in terms of Hobbs, so we can't. So unfortunately, Elkin Baggett, a player I signed early in the season for the job of centre back, isn't actually going to be required because I've brought in so many centre backs and already had a few at the club as the season started. Lots of injuries to start this season off with, which is obviously a bad thing, of course. We do need to work on that in terms of the physiotherapy and all that sort of thing, but in theory, we're not in that much out of a position. We do want a new left back, which I am looking at already. I'm looking at bringing in trials for left back, as well as any loan deal possibilities for a left back. But at the minute, Tom Bradbury is our best option for it, as Senior is still injured. He's been out for a while now with a dislocated shoulder, so he's going to be out for another while afterwards. So, all that out of the way, let's get to the match. Agbontahoma needs a new number, because apparently I didn't number him at the start of the season. I thought I had done. He's pleased to be making his debut, which is obviously a good thing, of course. We want to make sure players are happy when they make their debuts and not pressured or anything like that. So, yeah. So, for today's game against Aldershot Town, we've got Jack Ruddy as captain and goalkeeper, Alfie Whittingham, Joe Gubbins, Adam Curry, Regan Booty, Toby Edser, James Rowe, Connor Newton, Craig Tanner, Jamie Reid, and Shiki Candy. Whilst on the bench we have George Flower, Ryan Hall, Kenny Clark, Jan Stanley, and Jarrett Rivers. Whilst for Halifax Town we have Matt Jones as captain and goalkeeper as well, with Daniel Oyegoke, Alex Kirk, David Agbontahoma, and Tom Bradbury in the defence, with Paris Magoma and Earring in the midfield behind Eddie Carrington, Max Robson, Tyrone O'Neill as attacking midfielders, with Ryan Hillier as a striker. On the bench we have Jack Hobbs, Niall Mayer, Jamie Allen, Zumana Bakayogo, and Will Huffer. So let's go forward to today's game, of course. And I think the best possibility for me to do would actually be to pump my fists and say that show them what you can do. Because Aldershot Town are a team we should be beating. I mean, I'm pretty sure we beat them, we played them last time, I'm not too sure, I can't remember that far back. But we should do fairly well in today's game, I think, given the skill and capabilities of the team we have got in this game. It's not out of the question to do well. Although, according to this, it's been a very, very boring first 15 minutes. And we finally had our first shot of either side, and it goes to Halifax. But, as of yet, no highlights. Which, obviously, is a worry, because it's going to be a very boring match otherwise. Oyagoki with a throw-in now to Robson, looking for a cross, but blocked by Booty, now to Newton. Looking for a clearance and finds Candy. Candy now running into the middle of the field, looking up for a pass to Tanner. Tanner running it forward to the edge of the box, shoots, but thankfully Jones is a match to the shot and saves it. Oh, Southend's been relegated. I didn't even realise Southend had been relegated. Okay, Southend have been relegated. That's interesting. So Southend are still on their collapse from a few seasons ago when they'd begun their trek down the Football League towards non-league, but yes, apparently so they're making it down again this season. And I'm going to point my finger and say, if everyone works hard, we will win this. I'm probably going to bring off Carrington perhaps around the 70th minute or so. Ryan Hillier needs to come off, so we're probably going to have to bring on Allen as our left back rather than right mid, sorry, which is going to be difficult. Curry plays the ball to Edsa. Edsa into the middle for Booty now. Booty looking for a cross to Reed, who is surely offside. Yes, okay, he is. I think you're possibly putting Robson. Actually, no, according to that, we don't need to bring off the. Oh no, don't worry, I was looking at the wrong numbers there. Cross from Magoma, but unfortunately O'Neill is offside, and as such the goal will not count. I mean, he didn't look far offside, but yeah, he was offside. Okay, fair enough. And Southend have equalised at Roots Hall. Not bad. Not sure what their goalkeeper was doing there, mind you, but doesn't matter. Bradbury throws to O'Neill, back to Bradbury, crossing it in, but finds no one. Now Oyagoki in the ball again to O'Neill, who finally puts Halifax Town 1-0 up, and Halifax Town have now pushed ahead. And it was a very good ball in from the right back, Oyagoki. A good ball over the top, completely missing everyone except O'Neill's head, and he just loops it over the diving goalkeeper, and Halifax Town lead 1-0 against Aldershot. And I think I'm actually going to change the formation of the side to alleviate pressure on some of the players. Namely, we're going to have O'Neill up front, being the main striker. We're going to bring off Carrington for Hobbs to play as centre-back. You're probably thinking, why the hell are you doing this? I'm doing it for one reason and one reason only. I'm pulling off Hillier to play Allen in the side as right wing and Robson at left wing, because he's very adept at playing as an inverted winger on the left, Allen's very adept at playing support winger on the right, and Hobbs is quite easily capable of playing as centre back. So he will. Simple as that. And we've already got a lead now, all we have to do is just hold it. So I think I'm very much happy to put ourselves into a cautious mentality for today's game and hopefully see this one through. Simple as that, really. At the minute, no other players are drastically low in terms of condition, so we are fine leaving everyone else as they are. But I think the other player I'll bring off will probably be Bradbury for Bakayoko. So after 70 minutes, Halifax Town have obviously still got their 1-goal lead. Goal kick now from Ruddy over the top to the right side of our field. Allen now with the ball. Plays it to Oyagoki over the top, looking for O'Neill for his second, and scoring his second. Halifax Town now in a very dominant position as Aldershot fall away. And you cannot deny they are looking good for it. Jamie Allen with a good pass to Oyagoki. First time ball over the top from him into the box. O'Neill touches it down and slots it home past the goalkeeper. 71 minutes gone, Halifax 2, Aldershot 0. And Yeovil are not having a good opening day of the season, losing 4-0 so far to Torquay United. That is a big, big worry for them. I'm going to make my final change of the match now, bringing off, as promised, Tom Bradbury for Zumana Bakayoko, who's going to play as a no-nonsense fullback because I'm not going too far forward. And with 10 minutes on the clock now, it's all over, I think, at the Meadow Ground. I think that's what it's called. It's something Meadow, I'm pretty sure. I don't actually remember. I'll be honest with you, I don't actually remember. But we win 2-0 regardless. And there's a very strong showing from the side. Very strong indeed. And outstretched arms. Very pleased with the performance and the result. Very nice. I'm not going to even sugarcoat anything saying, oh, they did better than I thought they would. They did just as good as I hoped they would. And we won. Very nice, of course. Oh, the recreation ground. Who has the meadow ground then? Sorry, off topic, completely off topic. Either way, a nice 2-0 win to start the season off with before we head to Dulwich Hamlet. Yeah, I can't think of anything to complain about. My British sensibilities have been lost. I can't complain, which is very, very worrying, of course. But yes, going ahead, we've got Dulwich Hamlet on Tuesday, followed by a trip to Chesterfield, the side we beat very handedly on the final day of last season, on the 7th. Clearly they did not get promoted via the playoffs. I believe it was Stockport that got promoted via the playoffs. Yeah, these are two players I brought in on loan, on trial to see if they were any good. They weren't. Did we not know Neil Mixon's debut? Yeah, very much so. A nice debut for McClellan and Tier. A good 2-0 win over Brackley. Aaron Lemar, a bit less good. To say the least, a bit less good. So these are it's completely useless. But yes, I believe it was Stockport that went up with Notts County. Was I correct? I was correct, okay. So Stockport County in League 2, holders being Colchester back in League 1. Very nice to see, of course. Opened their season with a 1-1 draw to Blackpool. Again, very nice. You know, my knowledge of Colchester is as a League 1 side. But yes, very nice, of course. And so far this month, we've had a good piece of profit, over almost 120,000, sorry. Mainly from friendlies gate receipts, as if you look at the schedule, we had a lot of big friendlies to go for the season. Obviously we didn't win many of them, except in the Anglo-Frank League, which is a mini competition league I set up between Lincoln, us, and the B teams of Monaco and Marseille. We actually finished as, I believe, runners-up, yes, to Lincoln City, which is expected, of course. We played Nottingham Forest, Wimbledon, Celtic, Rangers. We had I think we had a few games at the end of last season as well as friendlies. Yeah, we did. We had Blackpool, Bradford and Doncaster as friendlies last season. And we finished in third in that one because 3 teams finished on 6 points. And apparently we finished... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Randomly chosen. Now that is very unfair. But we start this season, obviously, with a nice 2-0 win. So, until next time, which will be obviously Dulwich Hamlet at 5 o'clock today. Until then, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.